What's going on, everybody? Jason here, and today I'll be going over the pros and cons on this 2022 Mazda CX-5. Now, this particular one is the Sport Design trim, and if you enjoy reviews like these, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I've also done a full in-depth review on this CX-5, and I will link that up above for you to check out. That being said, let's jump into the 2022 Mazda CX-5 pros and cons. This is the second generation of the CX-5. It receives a refreshment this year, tweaking the looks and suspension, and also adding a few more standard features such as all-wheel drive. The Mazda CX-5 is a compact SUV and one of the best choices on the market. Like other Mazda models, it makes its presence known thanks to its outstanding performance, a high-quality interior, and a low base price. The CX-5 is one of the top-rated models in this segment according to critics, and it has been a top choice for several model years in a row. Now, let's begin with the pros that I think make the Mazda CX-5 what it is. Number one on the list is the engine choices you get with the CX-5. There are two engines to choose from on the CX-5. The base engine is a V4, which gives you 187 horsepower and 186 pound-foot of torque. It's a good choice, but the real action is with the upgraded engine, and that is the 2.5-liter turbo engine that gives you 256 horsepower and 320 pound-foot of torque with 93 octane fuel, or 227 horsepower and 310 pound-foot of torque with the 87 octane fuel. It's a significant boost that will make the SUV feel more sporty rather than just fast. But it is worth trying out both engines in a test drive to see if the upgrade feels worth it to you before making a decision on which one to buy. Both engines use the same excellent automatic transmission and have all-wheel drive. Number two on the list is the handling on the CX-5. The engines are good, but it is the handling where the CX-5 really starts to set itself apart. The smooth, tight response means that the CX-5 comes alive in a way that few other SUVs can match. Normally, even small SUVs tend to feel slow and sluggish compared to cars, but the CX-5 is agile and sporty at any speed. Its wheels and all-wheel drive system keep it grippy on corners, which adds to the fun factor because you can take turns at high speeds and feel more in control than other vehicles. It's hard to overstate just how enjoyable it is to drive the CX-5, you just have to experience it for yourself. Number three on the list is the trims that you get with the CX-5. The CX-5 is split into 6 different trim levels. This provides an easy way to customize and configure the version that you really want. The first 4 trims use only the base engine, and the Sport Design has both options while the Signature only has the turbo engine. Now, while the base trim is generous, there are good incentives to move up if you want. For example, things like heated or vented front seats, exterior finishes, upholstery upgrades, and amongst many other things. All of them are competitive choices depending on the preferred budget and the set of features you require. Number 4 on the list is the design on the Mazda CX-5. It must be said that the CX-5 is a beautiful vehicle inside and out. The lines and curves of the exterior are clean and outline a very clear profile, creating a graceful and swept look that emphasizes the performance aspect of the vehicle. The interior is just as nice, balancing the elegant materials and spaces with practical considerations for the driver's sightlines. The design elevates the experience of being in and around the CX-5, and it is just one more aspect of this SUV that it makes it feel it should be a luxury vehicle even though its price is far lower than that. Finally, number 5 on the list is the safety on the CX-5. The CX-5 has a great set of crash test scores from both of the governing bodies in the sport, showing that in an event of a crash, the vehicle will protect its passengers. In terms of safety features, the SUV comes with quite a robust set of offerings. Things like adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, forward collision warning, and much more are all standard. There are a few nice optional extras like surround cameras for parking and adaptive headlights, but all of the best features come in the standard list, which adds even more value to the CX-5. Now, let's move on to the cons that could stray you away from the Mazda CX-5. Number 1 on the list is the limited cargo space that you get with the CX-5. The biggest drawback of the CX-5 is that it has less internal space than other SUVs in the compact category. It has 31 cubic feet of space in the rear, which is fine, but other compact SUVs provide more. Even though the CX-5 has lots of good things about it, this could be one of the cons that makes some consumers not not go for the CX-5. Number 2 on the list is the smaller rear row you get with the CX-5. The second row of the CX-5 is not as spacious as the front, so that means taller adults might have a little trouble getting comfortable back there, which is not a common issue, but for some people this might be a deal breaker. Usually people can get over this con when they're shopping for the perfect compact SUV. Finally, number 3 on the list is the fuel economy that you get with the Mazda CX-5. The CX-5 gets 8.2 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway and 10.2 liters per 100 kilometers for city driving with the base engine. And with the same base engine but with the cylinder deactivation, it gives you 7.9 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway and 9.9 liters per 100 kilometers in the city. And as far as the turbo engine, this will give you 8.7 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway and 10.8 liters per 100 kilometers in the city. These are about average for the compact SUV class, so there's definitely room for improvement to help with the fuel costs. Well, that does it for the pros and cons on this 2022 Mazda CX-5. Let me know if you agree with these, or maybe if you have your own that I didn't mention. And like always, do you love it or do you hate it?